Another way to do this bendy bone spline setup, which will be more powerful. Here it's actually making a worse result, right, folks? These are doing more job, right? Wow, yeah, these are not that they are doing a great job, but we can. They are derotating a bit too much, right? So there are some wave painting problems that I need to check here. But anyways, the other way to solve this bendy bone spline thing would be to here I'm relying too much on these bendy bone settings, curve in Z, curve out Z, and easy in, easy out on edit from edit mode, right? And it doesn't actually have there it is. It's a bit too, let's just make these ones a bit more like that. And the bendy bone, well, there it is, there you go. So let's just make it a little like that. All right, now you can select everything. So we can make instead special handles for it. So I could do this by, let's say, let's add another bone here. Let's show the axis, Alt F, let's invert it. Let's align this with the thigh, and now let's move this in the middle of the thigh. Let's make its shape someone looking like some sort of handle, typical handle. Now move them on the normal transform orientations, GY. It slides very smoothly, right? So what you can do from here then is to snap the handle. Of course I have a hard time here, so let's just pick the bones that I really want to be showing here, like that. So this joint here, we'll have to displace it. In this case I sort of lose my setup, but okay. Snap to include non-edited, no, I don't want that. So otherwise it will snap to the, hold Control, and there we go. So I'm gonna align this with this handle, and I'm gonna call this it's not deform bones, I'll call this a mechanism, because we are gonna automate the knee joint, right? Mechanism. Yeah, how to helper, B-bone helper, I don't know, helper, yeah, whatever, mechanism, knee 001, shift, left, alright, shift D, then we're gonna position it, same idea here, align, Control Alt A, GY, actually only it, GY, maybe somewhere about here. Then we're gonna pick this little ball there, hard to pick, so we can already hide this for now, we'll need it later, but for bone constraint. Then I'm going to pick the bendy bone, the shift, okay, snap there, and here it doesn't need alignment. So I'm going to, now that I have this handle, there is an advantage that it's more cumbersome. Alt M, my shortcut. Let's move it to the deforms. Let's give this some colors that usually I give for these handles. Maybe this one. Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna change the targets here. So the target will be start on absolute, because I'm respecting exactly those joints, the tail of this joint. So it's a C, like if they were connected, but they are not. They could, but then I would use automatic. So now let's use this. Yeah, F2, copy that. Absolute here, we don't need tangent in this case. It is not reaching for the head of this bone. And then the tail here, it's matching with the head of the handle. So let's pick this. Oh, actually, this, they have wrong names, wrong technique. So here we do this, and here we do this. Then let's do absolute here, but let's copy this first. Tangent, no, we do absolute, would be more precise, but there are some, don't worry, this is happening because of these settings. I don't want to lose these settings, folks, so I'm going to shift D this bone, and this will be a backup thing, right? So I'm gonna hide. So actually this will be dangerous, right? Let's do this so I don't lose. Okay, let's bring here, and down on edit mode I'm gonna reset all those things. We're gonna still maybe use something about this, and so now it is, well, okay, so something, oh, needs parenting, of course. Parent offset, no. Oh, stretch 2, of course. Stretch 2, bone constraint. The other didn't need the stretch 2 because it because it didn't had its handle were those bones, right? So it's like it was completely stupidified bendy bone spline. This is much more powerful. And now, yeah, it is a deforming bone indeed. We can even play with those things if we, but these are dangerous, right? So must be very careful. So what we can do here now is set these handles according to, okay, thigh, shin, handles, and belly bone. So now we can play the following, because first let's parent this to this and parent this to this, and remember they are exactly aligned, and I move them. Let's also pick these controllers here. Ah, I did the wrong thing. Alright, so this is all we need. Actually we need also this. Alright, so here there are many things we can do, right? We can make these handles control the bendiness of the bendy bone, but this is an yeah, it's very powerful, and they are following the original local space of the bone here, so they are very precise. Their motion are quite easy on local space to do whichever kind of, so that we could use with a copy, a transformation bone constraint, for example, or we could instead try something more fancy, like maybe some sort of copy rotation, right? So what's the waves of this bendy bone right now? It's something like that. So I'm not gonna change the waves, this can vary, but usually these helper bendy bone splines, they should be quite smoothed in their wave. So this seems to be accurate. Maybe it could be a little more expensive, right? It doesn't need to be so we can do like smooth here, and now instead of we can expand this, no, we just, yeah, something, not sure here how to do. So I want to have more waves, but I don't really want to expand this too much like that. So yeah, this is a bit strange. Yeah, I don't want to do that. There's probably a way to, so maybe not this operator, but let's say levels. Nope, too dangerous. Gain. Yeah, this is too... Oh, like there. Okay. Offset. Okay, offset. Let's offset a little more. Like... Ah, okay, levels. A good one to know here. And then... That's a lot, right? So... Because this is too strong for a bendy bone, spline, helper bone, let's just freeze smooth here, and now you can keep here and maybe augment the factor and no, this is okay. Let's okay. We can accept this one, not iterations, but yeah. So all right, this is let's accept this, and you see that. So how can we achieve the bound constraints here? So for example, this is not very, it's not easy, right? So this is, I don't recommend these translations here, this motion, although they can help. I prefer, usually if you consider, so you can have for this one, like this one we can make a rotation like here. So this could be something like, I don't know, what about damped track? Oh no, this is stupid, right? Unless, no, this is not stupid, unless we like try to get, oh yeah, but I want to match there, so it's like not an inverse damped track. I think that doesn't make sense, right? So no, maybe a copy rotation, right? On a, so instead of, so use local space with parent, and I don't want to replace, yeah, let's use add, and actually just the x-axis, right? Because it's a, we could have the others, but this could be, I don't know, yeah, it could be dangerous. So it's copy the rotation of this one, yeah. So no, just the well, the y could be nice because, right, is the twisting, but that's it. Then let's try to see here. I don't really see much effect on, we see. So instead let's do some inversion here. That is good, that's good. And the y I'm really not sure, so maybe, no, the y I think it's follows, yeah. So you want larger influence, so it will, and we need to test here too, because sometimes we may have achieved a good result here, but this will be disastrous, so must be careful. Oh, this is doing a good job, folks. So you see, I don't have this way if I was using this as a target of the handles. So this is, so fake handle, or handles that are stiff, right? So this is a bit more complicated to handle, but it's structurally more accurate, more powerful, right? It's not lazy setup. So here we can, yeah, let's leave it like that. So you see what this is doing, and then we can, let's see, yeah, why not? So maybe we don't want that much, so let's reduce this to that amount. And so it's a subtle result, and if we didn't have it, okay, this helps a little, but there is the other, folks, and this is just one helper bone. So let's get it like a, again, Shift Alt C. Then now I can use the same target here, because this is the bone, that deformed bone that is rotating from this joint. Even though the relation is between the angle between this is the angle between these two bones, deformed bones, the transforms of this bone, the shin bone, matters more here. Then here what we can do, yeah, copy the axis, invert the X. Yeah, I want some sort of adding the rotation or adding, yeah, exactly, adding the rotation. So this will act a bit like a fan bone, or no, wait, this maybe we want, it is not the fan bone, so it's a bendy bone. So we maybe, yeah, it's beneficial to do this apparently. Let's try something else. Let's try to do something crazy here. Yeah, this can be dangerous but tempting, right? But this will be a transformation bone constraint, right? So now let's reset its stuff, but we want this, so it's positive. Let's not invert then, and you see this seems to be a good result. Let's check now here the, okay, this seems to be nice. This is doing fine, folks. So this is the technique that I was using usually for the joints. Oh, this is good. This is doing a lot of effects, right? And we can still, okay, it's curved, remember, because it starts slightly curved maybe, yeah, so it's probably better. And here we go. So here we have so far this is the most, yeah, better than the simple fan bone, better than the double simple fan bone, better than the bendy bone spline without the handles, their special handles. So we could, I remember, maybe we can play with the segments. So see, no segments, it's a regular deformed bone, very bad, with a bendy bone. Augmenting the segments then doesn't seem to do anything. So here, for this bendy bone, we can leave it at 3, or just for it to be looking good, 7, yeah, just for it to be looking good. So fancy. So yes, it's very smooth, so I'm a bit concerned about the smoothness of it. So maybe we can play a little more here to allow me to expand this a little more, because this is very interesting. So we could make perhaps a curve out here. We need to be, or just this one, but be very, so the easing, do we, yeah, this has very powerful values. Here it's hard to see the results, so let's just play with the curve in X and the curve, yeah, so let's just do this, so a little on edit mode, and let's just see if that on here has any. So here we can use on pose mode to test those ones. So if we can see if we need more or less. So if we need, no, less of this is bad, more of this, oh, this, okay, maybe, so I was right to improve here, and here more, no, hold on, so, okay, maybe you want more of this, not less of this, so more of this, and less of this, no, more of this. So also be very careful, because now we need to check how it would look here in the leg stretch. So you see, this is not that good, right? So we need to not exaggerate that as much, so we can add a little more, very subtle, right? So something, maybe I can add like a bit more here. So, and now retest just to make sure. So we have seen here that we got good. Well, yeah, there's something there that might not be. Something happened, or maybe it was already there. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be responsible from that. Okay, so that's the thing. And there is the ease in. Feel free to usually I think this is more priority, but because it's so hard to see any concrete result here, well, when you don't see, it's better to do on pause mode, right? So for example, let's see what does that do here. So sometimes this, yeah, is adding, so adding like this is a lot, right? So let's add this about, so add 0.7, and here here reducing reducing maybe could be nice, or adding. So here I'm confused. No, adding. So adding, yeah, so let's add so this, and here I don't know, here just leave that, and here we go. Let's check now, and then we need to make sure that here, yeah, it looks good here on straight and leg, and here, yeah, okay, so that is really nice, folks. And then my double bendy bones, let's make them, oh, they are working too. So you see this, ignore this one. Oh, this is, turn this off, we're not using this one. There we go, folks. So this is how we can play with those things. And then of course wave painting, feel free to get crazy with that. No, wave painting we avoid if possible. It's necessary, but that's it, folks. Highlight, all right. That was long, but I think this one will be a good one. Because finally I was able to get this. So you see, this seems to be the best technique here. So same as this geometry, right? Being too economical in rigging, not that good, right, folks? So let's get this thing here. Shift, yeah, symmetrize that. Then let's make sure these are symmetrized, and yeah, because the rest will be the rest, right? Back up. So I'm going to delete that, and also because I've already made tutorial about that. So